Okay, guys, I think I finally got my headset working appropriately with my movie maker, so hopefully it's coming in loud and clear. Anyway, where are we? We are at episode 10, Fearu episode 10. Today we are going to be putting it all together. I've been doing really, really well. I went on a streak of I think something like 10 to 2 or something. I'm sitting at about 1640. I'm probably going to play some more and drop it all. I'm about to show you guys a game. And I'm just going to show you the entire thing. It's pretty long, but we're not going to be commentating so much, but we're going to be analyzing everything uh, everything I see that I think we could be doing better, or I could be doing better, I should say. Um, and just taking everything I've talked about up to this point and just kind of applying it. So let's just get you guys straight into game and check it out. Okay, guys, so here we are in game. I'm going to be playing Pebbles. Bottom lane, we're going to have DS and Pred. Top lane, we will have Amun-Ra and Bombardier. They're defending the pole, which is pretty solid. Pred's hiding behind this tree so they can't see him. I'm pretty sure they lack vision here. Yeah, so they can't see him at all, which is a pretty standard technique. If you think you can kill the enemy team, and what happens here is he's right here and can't be seen, so he's gonna actually just come from behind. He should have already started attacking. They should have turned right here and just started attacking Bread. Like that right there is already just awful play. Like you can't catch this. He's actually, I'm pretty sure he dives this. Yeah, he should have turned and they should have both attacked Pred, and Pred would have been out of position and Demented Sean would have to come up and they could just attack him then. Instead, yeah, this guy's gonna end up just straight up dying. I'm pretty sure they get the bloodlust here. There's no way he gets out. Yeah, so an easy kill for us that shouldn't have happened. Anyway, back to me mid. So nothing. I mean, this is me being bad. I need to work on my last hitting drastically. There wasn't much thought to me picking Pebbles this game. It's just a hero I enjoyed playing. And we were having lack of picks early on, so I just kind of right-clicked them and said, hey, this is who I'm going. Maybe they'll pick around it, hopefully. One of the first things I'm going to notice is I know they warded the pole. I know the other ward is top, so that's something I already need to keep in mind. So if I want to gank top, I already know they're going to have vision. So they have to be really, really, really out of position for me to gank. Whereas I can gank bottom knowing it's at the pole, and I can actually just go straight up the river if I wanted to, and they won't see it coming. Which is pretty handy. I mean, that's information. That's something you want to know, knowing where those wards are. I really wish we'd see more use of that Rev ward early on to counter this. It's something I actually might start doing myself even as a mid. I'm trying to figure out if that's optimal overall or not. The next thing I want to point out is something that's been happening a lot in 3.1, and that is the lack of movement from other supports in 3.1 with the runic shift, because now they know that rune's there, and the side lanes have become so much more important. You'll notice the lane is missing here right now, and Torture took that ward and placed it. I did not notice it, to be honest. Had I been out of position more, I would have died. I believe he picks up Invis and starts coming up on me. And I need to pay attention to that. That's a really bad play. Torture normally should never do that. I can't see. I don't know why it's letting me see him, but he's in, I don't have vision. I don't know. I'm assuming that's just something with the replay, for replay purposes, but anyway, my point is I need to notice that faster, because he did call it a little bit late, but had I been out of position, I mean, that's just something I need to notice. Otherwise, I'm gonna die. And if it happens to you, don't blame your teammates. I mean, at the end of the day, that's something you can see. You just, if you make it a point to look at the minimap more, you'll notice it. Particularly at the 2 minutes and 4 minute mark. You know, just make sure those lanes are there and they didn't go for those runes. Or if they did go for those runes, just be like, hey, they're out of position. So Dampier's pretty far ahead of me. He already has his bottle, which is, this is a pretty bad position. Torture made me waste some regen. I got my bottle finally, which is again a little delayed. He's gonna go down and get the refreshment rune I saw, which will give me some room for farm. But man, that was, so far it's been a pretty bad start. As far as the other lanes, I know they had an early start, so that's solid for them. And these guys have been pushed back pretty far. Um, nothing too noteworthy. And Dampier already got the refreshment rune, which is his regen's just drastically higher than mine. This is a really pretty bad start for me mid. And he's I believe his move. I don't know quite what his move speed is, but I'm not. At the end of the day, I don't even think I can race him to the rune that's going to spawn here at the 4-minute mark, which just sucks. I can argue going to the opposite one, but that's it. At the 4-minute mark, we'll see haste spawns bottom. And because my lane's pushed, I don't really get much of a choice here. He's gonna probably, yeah, he has his awards, so he's gonna go down and get the haste. And I'm just gonna take the free farm and probably back to base. Oh, I remember. Okay, so I know I have to. So I know, like I warned them, hey, he's coming bottom. So right here, I use my mana because I know he has haste. So there's no way I'm ever making it to the refreshment rune top. He has bottled haste. I have to go back to base. There's no choice. I have to run back to base. And this is where I believe he gets way too aggressive, if I remember appropriately. Yeah, I saw him right there. He's chasing me. So at this point, real fast, this isn't something you normally get to think about, but you've got a hasted Dampier, and you are Pebbles with no mana. We've got a creep wave coming. What do you do right here, real fast? Like what is your thought process? Because you're gonna need some sort. Do you run straight towards the base? Do you try to do some juking in the jungle? What's your thought process? Go ahead, think about it. I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to show you this from Dampier's vision so you can see what I didn't execute perfectly. I don't think I ever execute perfectly, but I'll show you what I attempted to do. So this is Dampier vision, who I guess he still doesn't see me. Hold on. Okay, so he just catches wind of me. We'll play this out. So I'm going to end up trying to juke him in the jungle and have him lose vision while the tower auto-attacks him. And that worked out pretty well. He dove way too aggressively. I don't even know if I juked that well. But that's something a lot of players do. That was a big mistake, like huge mistake. He was so far ahead of me. Torture gave him a little bit of help, so I lost all my regen. He had full control of the lane. He had that bottle taste for 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes, and he decided to just pop it and go. He could have easily saved it for later in the lane and just maintaining lane control. He could have used it to gank later on if a lane pushed up. Instead, he gave me, I'm feeling pretty good now, like pretty solid. And I'm gonna go get the refreshment stone or refreshment rune and keep rolling here. I'm not gonna gank this at all because I believe they have a ward. Actually, curiosity, I'm gonna double check it if I can. Oh. Yeah, they had that vision. Like we saw that earlier from where the rune was. So I just stay center. And now I'm level 7 and he's level 5, where he should have been level 7, I should have been 6. Because of what he gave me right there. That's pretty solid overall. Now, moving forward, I actually have like a pretty interesting like thought, or not thought, but a question for the most part as to Striders versus, what did I bottle? Illusion. Striders versus, or invisibility. Striders versus Steam Boots on Pebbles. With a lot of competitive games, you'll notice that they pick up Steam Boots, like really close to like 80% plus on almost all heroes. And the reason they do this is because when they execute ganks, they're overlapping their stuns, and they overlap their stuns, and it causes they can get the extra attack from Steam Boots pretty easily. Man, those deaths, not their fault, whatever. They get those extra attacks, and because they're overlaid, that gives you the opportunity. There's no real chase down. They normally play very defensively, unlike they do the exact opposite of what that Dampier did. and pretty much they don't chase. They just go. Like, this is what doesn't happen. You rarely see this in competitive games ever. Like, just super dive. Like, longest dive of all time. I believe I put power on the... As I see that coming, I'm going to come and try to gank that to help them out. It was a little bit delayed. I should have gone a little bit faster. I kept trying to figure out if I wanted to go for the tower or not, and I kept second guessing myself. That was a mistake. I should have come and helped them a long time ago. I should have also probably portaled. Instead, Bomb's gonna die here, and I believe I killed Ampere. I'm like 50% sure. Yeah. So anyway, but that's why they pick up Steam Boots, because they're going to be able to get all the advantage from that Steam Boot. Whereas on this type of game, the argument for Striders, at least the case that you make for them, is there's so much movement. Like the fights are just so elongated. A gank in a competitive game, it's over. One team wins and one team loses, and both teams back off within probably 45 seconds. Some of these fights, people start TPing in and being able to, like, you won't TP to a fight because you think it's just going to be over, and then you find out that their team starts trailing in, trickling in, someone respawns at the end and comes back, and because they're so long, you can make the argument for getting Striders. So typically, I think the correction I'm going to make on this game, I end up getting Steam Boots, but I think I'm going to get Striders from now on, and then flip them to Steam Boots for late game, assuming it gets there. So you'll notice at this point I have no vision on the map, which is awful. I believe I buy a ward. I hope I buy a ward. Because I need vision. Like, once I get my PK, if I don't have vision at the runes and stuff, I mean, that's easy gank sometimes, where you'll see a support player get out of position and allow me to gank them, so I want to be able to take advantage of that. I get Chalice and Steam Boots, like I said. I probably should have gone Striders, and then I would have had a faster portal key. My mistake, whatever. The other thing I'm going to start noticing now is who wins late game. Looking at these particular teams, I think we have the advantage with Pred. Assuming the build that Dampier goes. Obviously, every item has different importance as far as, or utility, I should say, as to whether it's good early or late. I know their ward wore off. I don't know if they still have vision there. They could easily put a second ward up. I make the mistake of not just checking the lane right now, and just waiting for my team to push up this creep wave, which was a huge mistake. Just like for the record, like I should have just pushed straight into the lane right now because I believe they're just sitting there. Yeah, I should have just pushed straight in there. Instead I waited, and I believe, I don't know, let's just play it out. I don't even remember what happens. So they push it out. Can you just... I'm not going to break it this time, but you can enjoy my cat vision for now. Okay, yeah, so does this kill happen? Nope. Nope, just an almost kill. And this lack of vision, I mean, Dampier could already be up here from TPs, so this is something where I just have to back right away. Actually, if I don't back, oh, that's awful. And I think this is where I realized that we need vision. That's something that should have easily been spotted. Like a simple ward here, a ward here, a ward here, could have easily spotted all that. And instead, it didn't. So I believe when I respawn, I finally buy some wards. Ugh, that was pretty ugly. I'm not happy with that. So, now we've got standard pred farming, so on and so forth. Waiting for the respawn, man. That was really ugly. I'm hoping I buy a ward. Okay, whew, scaring me. So I finally get this ward, and I'm just gonna do I start pushing this lane? Yeah, I do. Okay, and I'm gonna just camp the 12-minute rune, and I'm gonna put a ward up, and then take it, move on with life. I believe I'm gonna push this tower. This tower's gonna push itself from the early pressure I put on it. So I see this down here. I should have TP'd, but I don't have a TP on me. I needed to have a TP on me, and it was just a regret. So this fight, so here's what's going through my brain. Like, this fight had already, this fight's pretty much over. I should have backed. I should have backed. I have no vision, and I believe I step right into this. Yeah, and they have, and this ends up being like a really easy kill for them. And it's just, I think it's an easy kill. And the reason this is such an easy kill for them, yeah, this is definitely a death. The reason it's such an easy kill for them is because they have vision, I assume, and they saw me coming. That's just another goof by me. I mean, what are you gonna do? So now this game's gone to pretty much full-on pub train, and now I need to kind of like do some stuff to correct it, because this is just not going well at all. And this is just an elongated fight. Literally, we've been fighting bottom. There's been a death bottom, like one death every like 30 seconds for the last 2 minutes down here, and that's a little silly. Like right now, we should either be pushing or farming, and Ra's got the right idea, thank God. But one of these two should back. Either DS or Bomb should back to help. I kind of say, hey, if you buy more wards, I can do my job better. Out of mostly frustration, to be honest. I head top simply to farm. No complicated decision there at all. Right now, I have no vision of anyone on the map, which kind of sucks. You know, I just see that one Aluna. I actually have to be pretty careful here, and I'm not. I tell them, hey, the 14-minute rune spawned. I should back right here. This is actually really bad play. They could all be here. Seeing Torture makes me feel a little bit better, though. And now I see 3, so now I'm feeling really comfortable. At worst, I run into Dampier, but Dampier's bottom. So again, he has haste, so it's not worth me TPing. I was debating on it, but I can't help him at this point. This fight should be pretty much over. I'm gonna put a deep ward, in hopes that this game gets elongated and someone makes a mistake to go to farm, and I can gank them with vision once I get my portal key. Anyone that farms, like usually the people that farm these, especially this camp, are people that can't kill very much. And I go to pull this lane to try to push this tower while they're pushing bottom, because there's 5 down there, and it looks like a bad fight. Like if I go down there, I didn't know what I had to offer. I should have gone down there though. Can you just come on? Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. And I TP way late. Or no, I don't. Standard pub train. I should have TP'd like a long time ago, like way long time ago. I believe this is finally me, and it was way late. I'm just gonna farm this now, and that was a bad play by me. That was literally a bad play by me. Making that decision when to TP and when not to TP is, you know, it's a hard decision to make. But we haven't been situated where we were never in a position where we were like ready for it, you know what I mean? Like we were all either some people were just respawning and there were all 5 there, or there were 2 there being chased down, and if I would have gone there, it just would have been a 3-on-5. So I actively made the decision like, hey, I'm not gonna do this. And they still have vision. Oh, this is awful. They have vision there and there. And I really, like at this point, I really need to make something happen. I believe I try to push this so I can get my portal key and just start making something happen. If I can get this tower down, that'll be it. And hopefully... Man, and this Dampier has 9 kills at this point, which is a little ridiculous. Luckily, I think I'm going to be able to get down this tower and get my portal key, which is huge. Yeah, I'm just going to quick farm this, and then that'll be my portal key plus the tower. So hopefully that helps my team out a little bit.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
So, I mean, it's 9-17. It's not looking. This is not a pretty game by any means at all. Um, I drink, get my portal key, and now I'm just looking to make something happen. The issue is they're pub training pretty hard. My easy targets are Tort, Aluna, Hellbringer. The things I don't know is they have vision everywhere, which is awful. I would know this if we had some vision. And this just sucks. Like, we are sitting ducks here. Right now this is looking like a 4v5. This is awful. Like, this is the definition of pub train. And it's just killing our team. I could have argued PKing in right here, but we were just so separated with a Demented Shaman top. And this is just bad positioning. I aim for Dampier to hope to kill him, and I hope Rod gets it. Ugh, that's just not good. And Demented Shaman is just placing wards everywhere. Just ignoring the fight and just placing wards everywhere. So I'm just laughing at him right now because these were pretty easy kills. I'm actually pretty frustrated at this point. Really frustrated. So he's like talking like, ugh. To say I was frustrated was the least I could say. So let's just talk about where he decided to ward. This ward, when I warded it, I thought we'd have better control of the game. This ward that he put up was fine. This one is arguable, but these two, there's no point at all. So they take that tower, and they're going to start pushing into our game, or into our base. We need defensive wards. So I start talking to him in chat. I'm just getting picked off here, really, really badly. I throw up the CC vote out of frustration. I believe I try to make something stupid happen here. Like, I shouldn't have tried to initiate, and I initiate like a really bad fight. I mean, you can see the levels. Like, it's pretty ugly. Actually, out of pure curiosity, I try to make something happen here, and this was dumb. Because I didn't have vision, and I walk into another, just an easy death. That was the big mistake I made, like, by far. Like, that was the biggest mistake I made up to this point. And now I'm in a position where the GPM is really, really bad. You guys can see it. That's what I wanted to see. So at this point, it's pretty ugly, to say the least. And now I'm really frustrated because I made a mistake. But what we needed to do, and I'm laughing at his word placement. He's like, where should I place him? I start talking to him. What we need to do is back this up into just defensive positions. These are like really offensive wards. We have control of the map and at least can walk around. And these wards here need to be like, one needs to be either here or here, so we have protection of our ancients. And the other ones need to be either here, here. You place one here if you want. You place one here if you want. You can place one here if you want. You can place one here if you want. But we need, overall, we need vision of our jungle. We need to secure vision of our jungle so we can farm, so we can get some income. And our biggest hope at this point is to gain, if we can just somehow get equal farm to them, like just slowly catch up to them, and get pred farmed up and hold this game off till late game, we'll have a shot. But if we keep, misplacing ourselves and mispositioning ourselves, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. And because they've been together in pub training so hard, picks haven't really been available. But like this Aluna, I'm never going to be able to get to her with the way they've been playing. So, I mean, if I see someone here, it sucks. I'm not going to be able to do anything. None of us are. We're not in the position to gank that, which sucks. And then vice versa, you'd put a counter ward down. I should have realized the wards that they had. Killing the Stampier is really, really important. Really, really important. Actually, this is something I kind of want to point out. So, this is actually pretty funny. I'm going to go to spectate mode real fast so you guys can watch the GPM swap. Killing, like, the way they've done the gold switch, killing that Dampier is huge. Like, huge, 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 huge. And the higher GPM people are, that when you kill them, they're worth more. And that's compared to the average. And that's what's such a big deal. So killing him is really important. Ooh, did not mean to do that at double speed. But you can see, you know, where that's bringing us. And that's kind of... That was kind of the goal. So, like, in fights, I know my goal is to kill him constantly. Um, easy pickoffs late. I believe I keep Portal Key up. Yeah, and uh, now we're feeling a little bit better. Dampier bought back.
One of your structures is under attack.
And I hope I survive. I don't know if I do. Portal Key all day? Okay. Whew. I'm living. um, so now, I mean, we're doing a little bit better after that stand.
One of your structures is under attack.
Dampier got a little aggressive, and we got a pick off on him, which was great. But we're still not in the position of like absolute victory by any means. Wait, are there 3 wards there? That is... I'm hoping that's not right. Why do I see that? That's interesting. I think that's a bug with the replay, but I'm not going to ask. They throw up the concede vote, but I'm actually feeling a little bit better now after that defend. Like I said, like I can see this guy right now, but I can't gank that. Like there's no way I can get there safely, which sucks. And this ward is just, I mean, I suppose if someone's there, it can be ganked, but it's just tough. Right now my goal is, though, we get into team fights and, you know, kill that Dampier. Pretty much that's the goal. Get into team fights and kill that Dampier. So, at this point, I believe Pred starts getting frustrated at this. Like that right there. Like, Ra, you know, just blowing stuff up. And he's like, where am I supposed to farm? Where am I supposed to farm? So I kind of explain it to him, you know, where to farm. I believe he gets into it later. I don't remember the exact mark. But basically, right now, with the wards we have, the only places you can farm are here, 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 and then bottom lane when it's pushed. I mean, being able to see this just doesn't help that much, which just sucks. You know, it's like, it's something I want to have the opportunity to do, but because of just the sheer level difference, it's difficult. Although we're slowly catching up. Their bottom end is pretty bad. All they have is that Dampier. But he's really strong, and their ability to stick together, their pub train, is really, really, really strong. So we have a defense here, that a stand we're gonna make, I should say. You have Dampier pushing bottom. You know, basically, like at this point, you should know their whole team. Their whole team is in our jungle, like somewhere in the vicinity of here, wherever it might be. And I believe this is just another engage. I'm waiting to see that Hellbringer ult, because that's basically their initiation. Their initiation is Hellbringer ult or Geostun. Ours is going to be me or Amun-Ra, and that's about it. And we have to just play defensively right now, and it's really frustrating because you're not going to get much farm during this. But you know, that's just the name of the game. So they initiate. They go after the wrong players here. Kill him. That's who we want to kill. I see him. Okay, that's beautiful. That at least makes me feel better. I'm hoping Ra. No, is he going off? Like the GPM thing is huge right there. So we had really bad. Man. Or I suppose I'll just keep it playing. Their initiation was really good. He gets really aggressive. And oh, we pick off a kill. That makes me feel better. That aggression from him, it just keeps on happening. And he just kept putting himself... At this point, I put myself in once earlier. You know, I portal keyed over here, and I died, and I put myself out of position. And at that point, you know, he had the early dive in the beginning, and he had that second attempt dive. And both those were just deaths that could have been prevented if we just play a little more defensively. And now the GPM is getting closer and closer and closer. Demented Shaman... Demented Shaman makes... Pred explains it. I meant to go arrow, yeah, that. Demented Shaman keeps dying because he's out of position. Understanding positioning during fights is really, really important. Um, in this case, you want, if you're Bombardier or Demented Shaman, you just want to be full on back. Like back, 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 back. Um, behind everybody. If you play in front, you're gonna die. It's pretty. You are, you're the squishiest person there. You want to be able to get off your spells. Um, if you're not there to initiate, just play back. Um, Vice versa for them. Hellbringer wants to play back to be able to. This is bad. Yeah, this is okay. So here we have another example of this ward. While it's nice, um, it doesn't serve any purpose. Um, the reasons you want this are to see the rune and to see people coming from mid to top lane, right? Like if they're coming up the river and going to top lane, you want to see if they go into the jungle or if they go up to protect the top lane. We don't care about that. Our top lane doesn't matter right now. If they go to push our top lane, if they real fast, because this ward really bothers me, and that death right there was really dumb, and I got really mad at him. I started yelling at him in in voice. This ward is bad because our top lane doesn't matter. If they go to push top lane, they're taking it. I'm not defending this. I'm never defending this ever, like under any circumstances. Um, where this ward should be, like you're saying, okay, that ward's bad, but I mean, at least it's vision, right? Well, it only provides you that rune, which isn't that important. What you really want is you want protection to do your ancients. You're trying to, so like right now, our goal is to get farm to be able to catch up to them late game, and we want to be able to defend as many spots as we can see. We can only farm what we can see, if that makes sense. Like the more vision we have, the easier it is to farm. This ward, if they come to gank our ancients, I can't see if people are here. I have little ideas, so doing my ancients is still kind of risky. A good ward is this one here, or if this is often this is countered. If that happens, you can put the word inversely here. And still provides vision of the rune. But more importantly, instead of seeing, like, if you're doing your ancients, you'll see them when they're here. But if the rune is, if the ward is here, you'll see them when they're here, which gives you more opportunity to respond and back off. Same thing with here. Like if the ward is here, you'll see them as soon as they're right here. And that's why that ward spot's bad. And he just, when you're placing the ward again, like ask for assistance. That placement was just like, come on, he could have done better. Onward. So we're gonna have another pub train mid. These guys are out of position. Their initiation, or I suppose they're not out of position. Yeah, they're kind of out of position. Their initiation is Hellbringer or Hellbringer or Geomancer. That's it. If they play too far up, we get initiation on them. And especially Hellbringer. At least Hellbringer can counter initiate. So like if let's say this person's a Luna instead of Hellbringer, and like wherever a Luna is, like let's just say a Luna's here for now. A Luna can't do much if I blink stun right here. I mean, he can run up and stun, but that'll be really delayed. Whereas if Hellbringer's here, if anyone initiates on these guys, he can counter alt, which is a lot better positioning. Inversely now, when we do this fight, Bombardier, where he is right here, he should be here, and let me and Robbie in the front. Anyway, so we'll see how this plays out. I don't 100% recall it, to be honest. Or even if they're here. I think, I don't like this position on Pred. If they have a ward here, they see him, he should just be back. Like, maybe on the ramp even. He wants to engage from the woods, but doesn't understand we don't have vision. And I'm initiating on the Hellbringer right now would be a good play. I tried to deny. There's the counter initiation when Ra jumps in. I'm gonna throw a long range stun, but I'm waiting to get that Dampier. He throws a big bomb ball. Both my spells are down, so I back off and wait to PK in late. And oh man. So I know one went up here. I didn't see that he went up that lane, and I PK'd up here. Now, this is just one more thing. I literally got confused. When I saw him run up here, I thought he had come up this way. I didn't actually see him go that way. And I was like, where'd he go? I assumed that he got out. Had I had a ward here, I would have known that in advance as well. Like, had the ward been right here, and I would have known to check over there, which is where I believe he ends up coming out shortly after. And I wouldn't have wasted my PK, and I just farm instead. Yeah, but I mean, I can't stop that at that point, particularly with his stun. Like, that's hard to jump on. And he bought a health potion and everything, which is good plays by him. But that should have been an easy fight for them. But that Hellbringer was just out of position. He was way too far pushed up, just drastically on all counts. And it was just not good positioning. And it could have been a lot easier for them. So now we're back to farming, back to farming, and we need to open up more spots. I'm hoping we get more vision in this place. I mean, this is good, but what is he doing? Those dives, man. Okay, so here's Prediz complaining, and he's like asking what do I farm. So I like start talking to him, and he's just complaining that everyone keeps flash farming over and over again. And I tell him I start talking to him in Vent about where to farm. I don't remember if I type it or not. No, I believe I start. Yeah, okay. I start talking to him, so I start telling him how to farm. And I explain to him that our options are when this lane pushes up, you static farm here, and I tell him we're just farming these two camps because that's all we have vision, and that's it. That's all we're farming this entire time. This is kind of a dive. I actually don't know if I like that play. I back out. Hopefully Rob backs out too. We get a courier kill because they're playing bad. Whatever, I'll take it. And now hopefully Pred gets this farm now that we understand, hey, Pred's gonna win this first late game. That new Pred Elder Parasite, right? Big plays. He needs because he's gonna go to farm this bottom lane like I told him. He needs to make sure he has a TP. This is actually really bad. The mistake I was making earlier. Demented Shaman pings this to defend it. I tell him no. I tell him no. My whole team understands. I keep farming. I tell them don't do it. I tell Pred, keep farming. So Pred should be static farming, even though he's just pushing this lane. And he should just be static farming until he feels like he has to, come back. And then he can just pop that Elder and slash everything down. Like, if he feels like he has to defend top or mid, or if he feels like he's in trouble, like if he sees a gank coming, he can flash farm it. But until then, he should literally just static, and he should have let the lane push more. That was kind of a poor play by him. And we still don't even have an upgrade courier. He's kind of complaining at that, which is a fair complaint, to be fair. And we're just moving onward with this. I believe, like, with all the magic damage we have, I'm going demonic to help out Pred, which I feel like is the right play. And I feel like as long as we keep pushing this, I mean, it's 18 kills to 27. They've been training the whole time, but as long as we keep farming and just playing defensively and maintain those wards, we actually have a pretty good shot compared to where this game has been. And, I just told Pred, now Pred understands, like, hey, this is an alright play. He's out of position again, which is just really silly. And that's just, like, man. DS has a lot of positioning issues, but hopefully that'll get better. So yeah, and I believe Pred's just gonna get beefy. Just really, really, really beefy. Okay, listen, we're gonna not do this right now. Up, down. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now okay. This is a position we've been in 1,000 times. This is standard. They're pushing up mid. Everyone sees this. This is really bad positioning. Really, really, really bad positioning. When you're defending mid, you want to be on this ramp and behind it. And I'll explain why in a minute. I'll let you guys see this fight. Just go where you want to go. So he initiates. That initiation was bad. And I tell my team back. I tell my team right now, just back. They wasted their Malphite ult. That's their biggest initiation. They didn't get a quick follow up. just back. We will kill those from ranged. If they come up, so this is the big deal with this ramp. If they come up this ramp, right? For us to escape, right? They come up this ramp. For us to escape, I only have to stand about here, and now the towers are attacking them. You know, like let's say they get me to like half health or 25% HP. As soon as I get back here, they're pretty boned. That's bad positioning. If I start attacking them, let's say I start attacking, or you know, they're coming up here, so like Geomancer stays here and attacking me. Now let's say we're attacking him and he gets to 25%. For him to back off, he needs to get all the way down this ramp and probably about here until he's out in the open. Whereas if we start attacking them, as soon as you know they're out here, they're pretty safe because they have a big open space to work with. Whereas we need protection from our towers and that safety. That's why you stay back. I know it sounds simple, but you'd be surprised at the amount of people that don't just back up. So right now, the goal is just stay behind on the ramp as far as you can. Ra should be in the front. I should be ready to counter-initiate. Pretty simple stuff. They have no Hellbringer. I toss him to hopefully start a fight because they have no initiation at all. And this should be over now. We need to kill this guy. If we kill him, it's pretty over. And now they don't have much. They have no Hellbringer. Aluna isn't farmed enough. Tort isn't farmed enough. This was a good defense. This was a really. This was a good defense. We were happy with this. I couldn't be more happy with that. At all. At all. After that Hellbringer had ulted, what the other team should have done was just backed up and farmed. And they could have just kept going. But they didn't do that. They decided to just keep on hanging out there when there was no reason to, and that was a big mistake. Cats. And I tell them, hey, take out this tower and back. That's it. And this brave monkey is going. He's traveling hard. Hey, it finally gets upgraded. Big upgrades. So now this game is finally looking up. We're still behind in kills technically, but now I tell them like, hey, here's the game plan. Now we're gonna play defensively still. We're gonna extend where we ward. Like before we warded here, now we're gonna ward here, and now we're gonna have a ward there. And I believe I say to ping one more. I'm just pinging where I want. Yeah, and one ward there. So now we're extending the ward placement. So now instead of just farming this camp, and the ancients, hopefully we'll be able to farm this camp as well, and this camp, and this camp, and that should give us an increased income. And we just maintain our defense, because at this point, if we get to late game, we're going to win with Pred. We're going to be at that point. Which is really important. I see Geomancer put himself out of position, and I believe this is a kill. I hope it's a kill. Okay. Feeling good. Okay, Hellbringer, huge waste of ult. This is the second time he's messed up pretty badly. Like really badly. There's no reason to do that at all. At all. That was pretty silly. Now that just means there's no time for them to make any pushing techniques at all. If Damp pushed this, I can defend it pretty easily. And it looks like he didn't. Oh, maybe he does. Hellbringer is their main initiation source or counter initiation source. Typically, it should be Hellbringer ults and Geomancer follows up, or Geomancer ults and Hellbringer follows up, and then his ult goes off, and that's a pretty good initiation overall. And with that down, that gives us just more time to farm, which is awesome. I tell them, hey, we need wards still. We need wards here and here, and we just need to play defensively, and we've got this in the bag. We're feeling good again. I have my demonic now, so we have good amounts. We have Pred is sitting with his. I don't like the crit stick, but he's got level 3 Rift Shards and Elder Parasite. Demented finally has those wards. I'm gonna make sure. I should go with him right here and make sure he puts them up. He put it up here instead of here. It's not that much of a difference. It's just preference. I like there because I can see if they're doing ancients, and now that we're beefing up, I should say, a little bit, I can kill them if they make mistakes. But now, we just continue this farm pretty single-handedly. Hellbringer's at the point where his ult is back up for the most part, and it looks like they're going to push again mid, which I feel like is an awful play. And I'll talk about that in a minute. It looks like they're going to come mid for another push. Like, it hasn't worked before, and we've had practice at this now. So, I just talked to them like, hey, they're pushing up mid here, guys. Get back. I wish Pred had a TP here. This is like silly. Dampier gets out of position huge, and we back up, which is really good. That is a really good, like, I've seen so many 1500 players chase that right there when you see a player at half health, and that backing up was just a good play. I'm hoping I yelled at him there. We want to fight on this ramp all day, and yeah, this is going to be game, I think, right here. Yeah, this is... They put themselves out of position and got dead. And they're going to put up the vote to concede and call it a day. Wow. And I think they call it a day. Yeah. Hey guys, I know that was a bit of a long episode, but I hope you guys enjoyed it for the most part. I just kind of wanted to look back, what that lead or what the Hellborn could have done there. They rolled with their pub train, and they were working together in the sense of everyone listened when they said, "Hey, let's push." But they could have taken a couple of different approaches. They could have attempted to take the bottom or top towers a lot earlier. They could have tried to do Kong. They could have tried to get a gank. Instead, they just kept pushing a train into a wall that kept stopping it towards the end there. And there were definitely misplays, obviously, on both sides. But I feel like, at that point, the Hellborn had, like, almost from 15 minutes on, the Hellborn had pretty sheer dominance, and they had options. It was up to them to win the game, and that'll always happen. Like, one side will be the better late game team, and one side will be the better early game team. And if you're that better early game team, you need to take that advantage and run with it, and make sure you're making all the right decisions. Their pub train ran into a wall. Feel free to comment and yell at me as to what you like, what you hate. Oh my god, this episode was... This looks like it's bordering 50 minutes. Maybe you guys prefer the shorter ones. I could have easily done highlights of this and just covered all the main topics. Maybe you prefer the long episodes, whatever. Tell me what you think. I also know, I'm hoping the mic will be a lot louder. I know it's picking up, I watched it, it's definitely picking up some of my breathing, so I'll try to adjust that. Just bear with me while I try to correct this. I'll try to make the quality a little bit better as I get better at this whole video editing process. I hope you guys enjoyed it. After I get some of your feedback, I'll get into my next episode and we'll see where it brings us. Until then, next time, guys, take care.